Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. This is Mr. Shakespeare here again with you on the 4th of January, 2023. I'm here with psychic medium and remote viewer Liz Cross. How are we doing today, Liz?
Great, thank you.
Good. Okay, this is a requested update as such. We did the population increase or decrease by 2043. We picked on a bunch of countries, but obviously we didn't do all of them. So we've now got another 20, quite a lot of which have been suggested by people on the Discord, and a few others that I've just sort of put in there, just sorry if we can't get to your country. Maybe there'll be a third one of these, but for now, I mean, this is what we're going to do. Right, Liz, we are going to start with Australia.
Okay.
And all of these probes are going to be 20 years out. So all of them are going to be the 4th of January, 2023.
Okay. All right. So January 4th, 2043, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Okay, has Australia in any way broken up into individual states or territories, or is it still united?
No, it's still united.
Okay, has the population increased or decreased compared to 20 years ago? So according to Wikipedia, which we're just using this as the benchmark, and these are approximate numbers, apparently 26 million people currently live in Australia in 2023. What is the number in 2043? Is it higher or lower?
It's higher.
Is it higher than 30 million?
Yes.
35 million?
No.
So somewhere between 30 and 35 million?
Yes. Are they? They're not really. They're not born there.
No. So immigration is a big thing.
Immigration is a huge thing. Yeah, immigration. And they're inviting people to come in. I feel that very strongly. We need the workforce. We need the labor. We need
either me or you, we blanked out. So I missed all. You have to repeat that answer, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's very much of, we're inviting people to come in because we need workers.
Right. So it's immigration. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
A lot of it.
Yeah. And so by 2043, the population is somewhere in the region of 30 to 35 million, which is quite an increase over what it is now. But then.
It is quite an increase, but I feel like as the population is aging,
yeah,
that, they need workers. And
right.
It's not government jobs. I remember when we probed Australia before, and I was absolutely astonished about, how many people work for the government. It's such a high percentage. Yeah. But these are not for government jobs. These are for restaurants, servers, hotels.
So the private sector.
Yeah.
Private sector. Right.
Absolutely. But not highbrow private sector.
Right.
The people that do all the grunt work, as it were. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the people who actually do the work.
Oh God, no. Oh, let the emails fly in. All right. Yeah. So that's what's going on with Australia.
Okay, right. Drop them. Grab New Zealand, please.
Okay. So same date, January 4th, 2043, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. Okay. going to ask the question: has New Zealand in any way broken up or gone into North and South, or is it still united?
It's still united.
I thought it would be, yeah. Population currently in 2023 is about 5 million. What is the population now out in 2043? Is it higher or lower?
It hasn't changed much.
Right.
It's slightly higher, but not by much.
Okay. And how generally has it been doing?
I mean, it's okay. It just ticks along on its own, really.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Right. Okay. Next one on my list is China. Okay, go back out. Take China out to drop New Zealand and go out with China to 2043. January, please. Oh.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Is China still one united landmass sort of thing, or is it split up into different regions or anything like that? Or is it all the same?
That's what it's split up. No, it hasn't split. Is it still the same as it was in 2023? It's still the same.
Okay. Population currently is about 1.4 billion.
Great.
Is the population currently higher or lower than 1.4 billion?
Is the population higher or lower than 1.4 billion? It's higher.
Is it above 1.6 billion?
Is it above 1.6 billion? It's around 1.6, 1.7.
Okay, is that due to just organic, population growth, or was there, was there a lot of immigrant sort of going in there or anything like that? Or
no, not mass immigration. No, no, it's just in general. It's just in general. I feel like it has a very large older population in 2043.
Right. Okay. Drop China, and now we're off to Brazil. Oh, can't spell. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take Brazil out to 2043 January, please.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Population in Brazil is currently about 212 million, something like that. So first question, is still Brazil the landmass sort of thing united, or is it split in any autonomous regions or anything like that, or is it still together?
No, it's still together.
Okay. The population currently, as I say, about 212 million, 213 million, something like that. So currently, is the population in 2043 higher or lower than 212 million?
It's lower.
Is it higher or lower than 200 million?
It's higher than 200.
So about 205, 210?
About 210, yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
I feel like there's a mass exodus out of Brazil. I feel like people are trying to get out. I feel like they're trying to go to places like Canada, not so much Europe, but definitely Canada and the US.
Right. Okay, but if they've only dropped 2 million, I mean, that's not that bad, really. Okay.
No, it isn't. But considering where a lot of places are going higher, it's interesting.
Oh, yeah. All right, drop Brazil and we'll pop over to Mexico, please.
Oh, okay.
So
4th, January 4th, 2043, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Okay, so has Mexico in any way split, or is it still united as one country, or has anything happened to it like that?
No, it's still one country. What's going on at the border with the US? It's open. The border, that's interesting to me, because we have all these problems down at the border. Excuse me. And there's encampments down there, and there's kids, and there's trafficking. It's not a good situation. And in fact,
the border is officially open. I mean, it's open now due for political reasons, but I mean, is it officially open now?
Officially open for for immigrations to walk over? No, they have to. They have a system set up where you apply. Are they allowed to come in at this point? No, they have to wait in a queue. So it's almost like they trek all that way, and now they're filling out the paperwork, and it's almost like the U.S. government is saying, "We'll call you." So is
okay. Was the border at any time in the last 20 years fully open, or has it? I mean, it's what I would call open now, but I mean, it's unofficially open, but open, if you like.
And just open. And drips and drabs, yeah. It has been. There's been like windows per se where people have just been allowed to come in. Right. Undocumented, not having to show proof of vaccinations, not having to show, proof of identity. And the reason I say that, why do you say that, Liz? Well, because, those of you that have been following me for a long time, my family were immigrants to the USA. My parents and even my husband, we all had to go through a process where you apply at the embassy, and you have to have medical examinations, you have to have police background checks, you have to have fingerprinting on file, you have to be able to pass like an ID requirement to prove exactly who you are, so that's why I say those things. That's what normal immigration process is. But there are windows where people are just allowed to come in.
Those are political windows. Like there's one at the moment that's politically they could just come across.
Right, they're political windows, absolutely. It's a shame. I mean, I understand the whole need for wanting to have a better life, but I actually, when they get here, life is not that easy. It really isn't. It's not. They don't have the same access, or certainly not where I am in the country, the same access to things that citizens have. So it's not always easy. Anyway, so yeah, it looks like there are political windows. Oh, right. So what is the population?
Currently, Mexico is about 129 million.
Oh, okay. 129 million is the.
So is it higher or lower then?
It's about the same. It's about the same. It hasn't grown. It hasn't shrunk. It's about the same.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Go to Africa.
Oh, okay. We're going around the world today.
Oh, yeah. We're jumping around everywhere. These are in no particular order, just as I wrote them down based on the people on the forum, on the Discord, and ones I've just added in. So there's no rhyme or reason to any of the why we're doing this in any order. Right, Nigeria.
Okay.
So Nigeria, has that had any problems? Has that split up, or is that pretty much the same, or is it? I mean, the same.
It's the same. Yeah, it hasn't split up.
Okay, so Nigeria has a population of approximately of 225 million currently in 2023. What is the population figure out in 2043? Is it higher or lower?
It's higher by about 10 million.
Okay, is that just through natural organic birth rate, or has there been some immigration into Nigeria from other?
No, no real immigration, just birth rate.
Right. Okay. Now we're going back into Europe. Spain. Espanol. Okay. Can we grab Spain, please, and put it out to 2043, dropping Nigeria?
Okay, so January 4th, 2043, 2043, Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Has Spain still collectively together? It hasn't been split up into different sections, Barcelona or anything like that. It's all still together.
Yeah, it's still together. Are you still part of the EU? Yeah, they're still part of the EU.
Oh, that means the EU is still going.
Mm-hmm.
I thought one of our readings we said that it wouldn't be around. I can't remember when it was.
Yeah, that was far out though. That was like many, many years out.
Oh dear. Okay, currently the population of Spain is about what is the current population of Spain? I should know. I looked it up the other day, 47 million, something like that. So
it's lower.
Okay. Is it below 40 million?
No, it's around 43, 44.
Okay.
I don't feel as if they're accepting immigrants.
No, that doesn't surprise me. Okay, so is it just a natural process sort of thing that
a natural decline? Yeah.
Yeah, natural decline. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to go over to Argentina, back in South America.
We're jet setting today.
Oh, we're going everywhere. Okay. I'll drop Spain, please, and put Argentina out to 2043 in January.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Has Argentina won another World Cup since 2022? Only one more.
Oh, okay.
I had to ask.
I know.
Okay.
I knew you would ask that.
You did? Oh, you must be psychic. Yeah, I had to ask.
I know you did.
Was it the 2026 World Cup? No. So they don't win the next one. Or when is the next one? 2026. No, they don't win it.
Yeah, 2026, yeah. Ask them who did.
No, come on. Don't spoil the fun.
Right. Argentina, has that split up into anything, or is that still one nation state?
It's still one nation.
Okay, currently the population of Argentina is about 45, 46 million. Let's call it 46. Is the population in 2043 in January higher or lower than 46 million?
It's lower.
Is it lower than 40?
No, it's around 42.
Just a natural decline, or what are we putting? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's hop over to India now. Right. If you can drop Argentina and grab India and put it to January 2043, please.
Okay, January 4th, 2043, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
All right. Is India still one sort of nation state, or has it had any split ups or anything like that? Problems in that regard?
No, it's still the same.
Okay. Currently, the population of India is about 1.4 billion.
Okay.
Population in 2043 January higher or lower than 1.4 billion?
Oh, it's much higher.
Is it higher or lower than 1.6 billion?
Higher.
1.8 billion?
Higher.
1.9 billion.
It's around there at 1.8 to 1.9.
Okay. Is that just organically, or has there been a lot
Yes.
of them? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's come back to Europe. We're going to go to Sweden now.
Okay.
Right. So if you drop India and grab Sweden, please.
Okay.
So the first question is Sweden still one nation state, hasn't split up or got into separate autonomous regions or anything like that?
No. It's still the same.
Yeah. Okay. Currently, the population of Sweden is about 10 million. So is the population in 2043 January higher or lower than 10 million?
It's higher.
Is it higher than 11 million?
Higher. It's about 14, 15.
Ooh,
That's a lot.
it is. That's like 40 or 50%. Wow.
Immigration.
Okay. Where have most of these immigrants come from?
Eastern Europe. No. Right. North Africa.
Okay. Okay. Right. Now we want to drop there and pop across to Norway. So I'll ask it. So Norway, is that still one nation state? Or has it split up into autonomous regions or anything like that?
It's still the same.
Yeah. Okay. Currently the population is about 5.5 million. In 2023, what is the population in January 2043? Is it higher or lower than 5.5 million?
It's higher.
Is it higher or lower than 6.5 million?
It's about 6.5.
Okay.
And that is immigration as well.
And where have those immigrants come from mainly?
Eastern Europe? No. I feel like North Africa.
Okay. Okay, let's drop Norway and grab Denmark, please.
Okay.
In January 2043, is Denmark still pretty much the same country, or has it split up into different regions or had any issues like that?
It's the same.
Okay. Currently, the population of Denmark is about 6 million, just under.
Mm-hmm.
Is the population in 2043 higher or lower than 6 million?
It's about 7. It's about 7 million. So it's increased, and that I feel is just natural increase. I don't feel that it's immigration in that regard too much.
Right. Okay. All right, let's pop next door, but one to Netherlands, the Netherlands. Holland. Can you go out into January 2043 and find out if the Netherlands is still one country together, or has it had any splits or anything like that?
It's still the same.
Currently, the population in January 2023 is approximately 17 million. What is it like in 2043 January? Is it higher or lower than 17 million?
It's higher. It's around 23.
Ooh.
That's quite a jump.
That's quite a jump. And what are we putting that down to? Immigration or natural or combination or?
I think it is a bit of a combination, but mostly immigration.
And where are these migrants mainly coming from?
Eastern Europe. Quite a few from Eastern Europe. So quite a few are coming in from Eastern European areas.
Okay.
Quite a lot from North Africa as well.
Right.
Morocco, that sort of area.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to Egypt, please. So drop Netherlands, grab Egypt. Go out to January 2043 and ask, is Egypt still basically one nation state, one country, or is it split? Had any problems with splits or anything like that?
It's still the same.
Okay, still the same. Currently, the population of Egypt is about 102 million. So, in January 2043, is it higher or lower than 102 million?
It's about 107 million, and that's just due to natural birth rate.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right, let's pop down the road to Syria, please.
Okay.
Is Syria now one nation state, or has it got divisions, or has it been split, or what's happened to Syria?
There's been a lot of problems in Syria in the last 20 years.
Okay.
There's been a lot of war.
Yeah.
I feel like it's civil unrest, civil war. There's just been mass migration out of there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They're going wherever they can because they're fleeing the war. I mean, they're just getting out. I feel like the war is going to be around 2030 time. This is an ongoing problem.
Right.
What did you say the current population is?
I hadn't mentioned it, but I'm just
sorry.
It's okay. 17.5 million approximately. 17 and a half million.
It's lower. So you're looking at probably 4 to 5 million leaving Syria.
Where did most of them go?
I feel like they dispersed across the Middle East. I feel like Egypt, which we just did, they've gone into Egypt. I feel like they're trying to go into Europe. More Eastern Europe instead of Western Europe, as in when I say Eastern Europe, I mean like Turkey, Greece, those sorts of areas, Germany.
Okay.
Syria is a mess.
Yeah. Well, it's got a lot to do with oil, so. And the control. Right.
Controls it, yeah. Let's do Iran. So
yeah, drop them, grab Iran, go out to 2043 January, please. Has Iran been broken up or had any problems, or is it still one nation state?
It's still together.
Okay, currently Iran has a population of about 86 million or 85 million, so 86, let's call it 86. Is the population in January 2043 now higher or lower than 86 million?
It's up into the 90s. It's higher.
Is that due to just natural, organic, or is it, immigration into Iran? Or
No, not so much immigration, just natural birth rate.
right? Okay. So now we're going out to the Philippines. Can we drop Iran and grab Philippines and put them out to January 2043, please?
Okay.
Is the Philippines all still together, pretty much one nation state?
Yes, but it's very troubled.
Okay, in what way?
I feel like a political uprising, a total upheaval. I feel like the government has turned on the citizens at some point. Doesn't like the uprising against it. A lot of corruption.
When did that happen?
That's in the 2030s.
Right. Okay. Currently, the population is about 110 million.
It's only slightly higher. It's not that much higher. Maybe 111, 112. I feel like the goal of people in the Philippines is to leave.
Right. Interesting, because the Philippines is a role model at the moment for so many of the Asian countries. So, okay, let's go into Saudi. Okay, if you can drop them, grab Saudi Arabia, please.
Okay.
Saudi Arabia, currently in 2043, January, is it still one nation state, or is it split, or had any problems, or what's happened to it?
It's still the same.
Still the same. Okay. Currently, the population in Saudi is, well, what is it? What is it? Good point. I don't know.
It's the 5th largest country in Asia. And I didn't realize it was that large. I should look at the map more. I should study geography more. Seriously. Who knows? Who knows what the population is? Have there been any political uprisings or anything like that? No, there haven't. What about women's rights out in Saudi Arabia? How's that all going? Has there been any uprisings of like women in Saudi Arabia? So I feel like there is some start of a uprising, like a female rights, but it's quickly quashed. They don't put up with any nonsense. They don't allow like protesting and all of that. I just feel like, you're not going to be out on the street protesting at all.
Okay, I've got a population figure.
Still the same. Oh, okay. What's the population?
Currently for 35 million. So in January 2043, what is it?
It's higher around 37. It's higher. Not too much of a change.
Is that just organic birth rate, or is it immigration, or?
Not immigration. Birth rate, yes.
Okay. Got a few more to do. I've just added a couple more, actually, 3 more. Turkey, please. So we drop Saudi and go to Turkey.
Okay, so January. Okay.
So is the population? Is Turkey still one nation state? Is it pretty much together, or has it had to be split into any regions? Has there been any issues on that regard?
No, it's still one nation. They're fully integrated into the EU.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they currently fully integrated into the EU? I don't think so.
No, no, I don't know.
So that's going to be something that's changed.
Okay, when did they get themselves fully integrated into the EU?
It's going to be into the 30s,
Okay.
the 30, 35.
Do they still use their own currency, or did they adopt the euro?
Use your own currency? No, I feel like they may swap over to the euro.
Okay.
Now, let's just put a disclaimer in at this point. This is based upon today's information. Looking out in the future self, most of the time it is right, but it's based upon the probabilities of where we are today and how they will end up. I feel like they're going to be a main player on the European stage. I really do. They're going to be the go-between between Europe. Well, I know Russia is part of Europe, but Russia is kind of separate. It's not EU. But I feel like Turkey's going to be the mediator.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Are they still the gas hub for Europe? Or are they still the gas hub for Europe?
Yeah, it's coming through Turkey, yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's something Russia did for them, you see. Did for them like now. I think that's ongoing now. It's happening now. So, okay. The population of Turkey is approximately 85 million currently. What is it in 2043, January? Is it higher or lower than 85 million?
It's higher by about 5 or 6 million, if not more. And a lot of that has to do with Syria.
Okay. Now we're going to go to Zimbabwe.
Oh, okay. Didn't expect that one.
Okay. So dropping Turkey, grabbing Zimbabwe, putting it out to January 2043. Is
Okay.
Zimbabwe still a one nation state, or is it split, or has it had any problems? Or?
It's economically, it's struggling, but it's still relatively the same.
Okay. Current population of Zimbabwe in 2023 is about 15 million. In January 2043, what is the population? Higher or lower than 15 million?
Oh, it's quite a lot higher. So you're looking at probably in the 20s. 22, 23.
And is that organic birth rate, or is it immigration, or what is it?
It's birth rate.
Right, okay. So sticking on the African continent, we will go here. Okay, so dropping Zimbabwe, grabbing South Africa.
Okay.
Is South Africa still one nation state together in January 2043?
Yes.
Okay, current population of South Africa is about 60 million. What's the population in January 2043? Is it higher or lower than 60 million?
It's lower.
Is it 55 million?
No, it's still hovering around 58, but it's lower.
Okay. Any particular reason for the emigration, or is it just the birth rate is down compared to, I mean, what?
I think the birth rate is going down.
All right. Okay.
I've always wanted to go there.
Okay, let's go across to South Korea. The Republic of Korea, South Korea.
Okay, Standard time. Okay.
Is South Korea still one nation state, or has it merged with North Korea, or has it been split up into smaller autonomous regions, or what's happened to South Korea in the last 20 years?
No, it's still the same. Have you had problems with North Korea? Oh, we always have problems with North Korea, it says.
Okay. Currently, the population of South Korea is about 52 million. 52 million. Is in January 2043, is it higher or lower than 52 million?
It's higher.
55 million?
Yeah, it's about 55, 56.
And is that just natural birth rate, or?
Yeah, it is. And I feel like economically they're doing very well.
Okay. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go over to Pakistan.
Okay.
So dropping South Korea, grabbing Pakistan, putting it out to January 2043. Is Pakistan still a one nation state, or has it had issues, been chopped up, or had any problems, or what's going on with Pakistan?
It's still the same.
Okay. Currently, the population of Pakistan is about 240 million, I believe. Is that right? Somewhere like that. 243, yeah. So is the population in 2043 higher or lower than 243 million?
It's higher.
260 million?
No, around, I would say around the upper 250s. It's quite an increase.
Okay.
Birth rate. That's birth rate.
Yeah. Okay. Right, hold on. Okay, Poland.
Have you ever tried to send money to Pakistan?
Have I? No.
Yeah.
No.
It's very difficult.
Right.
It's not easy to do. I don't think they allow crypto, and I'm not sure, but I tried to send money to Pakistan some time ago. I was purchasing something, and I mean, it was damn near impossible. It was very, very difficult. I think that's because there's so many Western restrictions due to possible terrorist activity. I don't know, but it's very difficult.
Right.
Poland. Okay. January 4th, 2043, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Okay. Poland. Is it still one nation state? Has it got bigger, or has it got smaller in landmass, or what's happened?
It's the same.
Did it end up with any part of Ukraine?
No.
Okay. Currently, the population of Poland's about 38 million, something like that, maybe a bit more. Yeah, about 38. In January 2043, is it higher or lower than 38 million?
It's much higher.
Okay, is it higher or lower than 45 million?
It's probably sitting around 45 to 48. And that's due, I feel like, birth rate, but also immigration. A lot of the immigrants that came from the Ukraine are not going back.
No. Okay. Okay. We've got to do Hungary next. So, Hungary.
Okay.
Dropping Poland, grabbing Hungary, putting Hungary out to January 2043.
Okay. January 4th, 2043, Center time. Okay.
Is Hungary still one nation state? Is the land mass higher than it was in 2023 or smaller? Or has there been any problems? What's happened to Hungary, if anything?
It's barely holding on. Okay, what do you mean by barely holding on? I feel like there's been some sort of uprising, or part of it may want to break away back to Russia.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of upheaval there.
And when was that?
When was that? That's possibly within the next few years. I feel like they may even have a vote.
Are they still in the EU?
Yes, part of them, yes. But if if the vote goes that they want to annex part of Hungary,
Right.
There's parts of Hungary that do not want to belong to Hungary. They want to belong to Russia. That's what's coming through.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Hungarian history, but I know about Hungarian sweet and sour cabbage soup, which is phenomenal. If I could make that, my family would love me forever. It's delicious.
Goulash. Learn how to make goulash. That's beautiful.
Oh, goulash? Yeah. My dad will cook that. But the Hungarian sweet and sour cabbage soup, oh my God, it's my favorite. I have to go to this Jewish deli to get it. And I've tried to replicate the recipe. I can't get it. Oh, delicious and healthy.
Yeah, so the population currently today is about 10 million in Hungary. What is that? How does that look in 2043? Is it higher or lower than 10 million?
It's lower.
Is it 8 million?
It's between 8 and 9. So why is that? I don't know. I don't want to confirm, but there may be an annexing or something goes on there with regards to there's talk of a split.
Right.
That is something we should look into closer to the time, but I think it'll unfold naturally. Yeah. Oh, Fiji. Okay.
Okay, this is I don't think this island nation splits up because it's not very big. So
I've always wanted to go there as well.
Oh, do you? Well, okay. We have somebody on our Discord that lives there. So.
Oh yeah, I know who she is. Yeah, she's very fortunate. Yeah, the life of Bloody Riley. She lives. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You get to wake up. The weather's nice. You go swim. It's great.
I think this is what she does every day. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm fairly sure that's what she does.
Yeah. She's English as well. Yeah.
Sorry?
She's English.
I know she's English, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, she asked me to do Fiji, so I've put that.
Of course.
Of course. Fiji's population is about 1 million currently, but actually not even that. Actually probably is about 1 million, maybe 900,000. Well, let's call it 1 million. No, let's call it 900,000. It's too. So 2043. 2043. What's the population? Okay. Higher or lower than 900,000?
It's lower. Now, here's the thing that's coming through with Fiji. I feel like the locals are going to struggle because so many people will be buying second homes in Fiji.
Right.
Okay. I feel that very strongly.
So what has the population got down to? 800, 700? What do you think? What is it?
It's about 800, but there's going to be a lot of empty property there. And right. I know that Fiji is welcoming this influx of, come live here. But these people are not coming to live there. They're coming to buy second homes there and just meet the minimum requirements and then just travel as they please. as anybody knows that has been subjected to this, that can ruin your housing market for the locals. As in, okay, does it ruin the housing market? No, it makes the prices increase dramatically, but then your locals can't afford it. So that's what I feel is going on with Fiji.
Right. Okay. So let's drop Fiji, and the last one for this session is Finland.
Oh, sorry about the dog barking. Yep.
Okay, grabbing Finland, putting it out to January 2023.
Okay. Yeah, what would you like to know?
State, or is it split in half or quarter? What's happened to Finland? Anything?
No, it's still the same.
Currently, the population of Finland's about 5.5 million. Is the population higher or lower than 5.5 million in January 2043?
I feel like it's higher.
6.5 million? 6 million?
A little bit higher.
Higher than 6 or 6.5?
A little bit higher than 6.5.
And is that just due to natural birth rate or some immigration going on there?
No, that's immigration.
Okay. Where have they come from?
I feel like Eastern Europe.
Okay.
I feel like Russia. I feel like Ukraine. Yeah, more Russia.
Right. Okay. That wraps up the list, which I extended. There's about 30 odd countries on there. That's a good one. We may well have to do another one now, of course.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is really good. And I hope this is beneficial for a lot of people. It's certainly interesting, but take it at face value. It lets you know what's going to happen with like land, property. Is that going to be a good investment? It looks like all the way around, even though maybe natural birth rates are not growing in some countries, but with immigration, people need somewhere to live, right? So property is still a good investment. And that's what this says to me. Property is still profitable. It's still, it's not an easy investment. We all know that. You get bad people in your property and that's not good. But overall, it's a necessity. And that's what's key. You have to try to invest in things that are a necessity. Anything from you, Mr. Shakespeare?
No, I think we've covered what we need to cover in this one. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.